Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Corey Lee. And man, today I kind of got something that I wrote down. And this is a little bit off topic from what we were talking about originally. We were originally talking about the last days. But I know y'all knew this was going to happen. It's always going to be something, right? So I just thought that maybe this would be a nice little break from always talking about the judgment of God and the last days and end time prophecy and stuff like that. Because honestly, if you don't take a break from stuff like that sometime, like you can really begin to know God only through the lens of stuff like that, right? But at the same time, you still need to know it. But this here is just some words of advice that I really think a lot of people need to know. All right. So I want to get this one thing straight. I am nobody's leader. All right. I want y'all to understand that I have no desire to be in any kind of position to be leading anybody. I don't want a burden like that. I just don't. Okay. But at the same time, if God put a spirit in me to do something, I have to do it, or else I'm going to just be so disconnected. I don't know what my life's going to be about. It's always going to be something missing that involves who I am as a person. And I can't really live outside of what spirit God put in me just for the sake of living here. I just can't. Right. So I thank people for actually listening to my channel and letting me know if the content is helpful. So I want everybody to do this. As you come in and watch the video, hit the like button, right? If you get to the end and realize you don't like it, unlike it, but just hit the like button so that way somebody else can see it. Because without that type of help, I'm only going to be stuck at like 50 viewers, stuff like that. And I never really started this for viewers, but at the same time, nobody do anything for nobody to know about it, right? Like, I don't care what it is. You want somebody to know about it, even if that's just the Most High himself. And that's all I'm really here for, is to do what the Most High tell me to do. Even if you look at me as somebody that's unqualified, right? I have no desire to be qualified in anybody's eyes. I really don't. All that stuff, I don't care nothing about. Like how you see me as a person, hey, that's on you, right? Like, I really don't care. Just don't listen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to please nobody. And I'm not here to fit in nobody's box either. All right. So I need everybody to know that. I'm just here to be helpful. And most of all, I tell other people about stuff I learned and stuff that I know is true. Right. And this is something that I had to learn the hard way. Okay. Your words. I talk about this a lot. Words. Words can do a whole lot of damage. They really can. And they can do a whole lot of good too. But most of all, I kind of want to warn people about words. Like, these is lessons that I had to go through personally that could have costed me my soul many times, over and over again. Hard-headed, stiff-necked, right? After some time of realizing that I am a descendant of the same people that God led through the wilderness. Now I know why I am the way I am sometimes. It's just in our nature to be that way. Like even Peter, Paul, it's like, bruh, dang. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's a lot of boneheaded good believers out there. Like, the best of us can be boneheaded sometimes. Like, don't y'all know that? I think God knew that about you when he saved you, right? See, like, this ain't like the days of Israel where he just gathered a people based on what race they was from, like even if they wanted to follow him or not. No, 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 no. This time he's picking you as a person, based on you as a person, knowing everything about you ahead of time, and still saying, I'ma save him. Yeah, he a mess. Yeah, he boneheaded. Yeah, he gonna screw up 1,000 times. But I got enough faith in my own work to know that by the time I'm done with him or her, oh man, it's game on. That's how God see a lot of us. People don't see us that way because people don't know our future, right? After really sitting back and thinking about this, I am not quick to be anybody's judge whatsoever. Whatever problem somebody got right now does not define who they are as a person. You know, like I used to be the kind of person that was like a heretic hunter, right? Like always calling out them false prophets and all that stuff. After having my own episodes in life, knowing that at the end of the day, I would always come back to the Most High, no matter what I went through. I have learned to be very slow about judging anybody about anything, period. So, and that's all what? The work of the Most High. Like that's all his work is, just leading you through your own flaws to get you to see yourself in light of how he see you. So that way you learn to see everything the way he do. Like you learn to love what he love, hate what he hate. But how can you love what he love and hate what he hate if you never come across reasons for why you should hate it? Right? Like I remember asking myself one day, how can I hate sin the same way God do when sometimes sin is cool? Right? Like I know that I love God, but how can I hate sin too the way he do when a lot of times sin sound fun? It sound like the thing I want to do sometime, right? Like, no, I don't want to be in sin, but it's like if it ever came down to it, it might sound like a good idea. I just don't like the thought of being a sinner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just it. It's like, man, look, if this wasn't a sin, I would probably, but because I really don't want to be a sinner, look, like, no, like, no, 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 no. I got to press on toward the kingdom. But what happens if you do sin, right? Because the Bible say if any man does sin, he have an advocate with the Father. Like you're not going to have an advocate with the Father if you don't first have Christ as your Lord and Savior. Okay? That mean what? Even though you sin, you still saved. But guess what? You have to love what he love and hate what he hate. But you ain't going to love what he love and hate what he hate if you never come across reasons for why it frustrate you. If you never get took like through that direction and had to choose life or death, right? So this right here, it's a very simple thing. It's a very narrow topic that I'm getting ready to talk about that can cause some very broad issues. Just one thing, one, words. Have y'all ever realized how simple words sound? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. Somebody came up with that. And it sure wasn't the Most High. Because he got a lot to say in scripture about what you say. Right? Like, you will be judged for every idle word you speak. What's an idle word? Stuff you thought little of. Stuff you thought didn't mean anything. All that stuff go on your record. And he say that by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. Words sound too small for it to result in something as big as justification and condemnation. Words. I think that at some point in time, we really need to have a healthy talk about this. But this is, even though words is a narrow topic, I'm getting ready to narrow this down even more to what kind of words, or not even what kind of word, but what people do with them. Because it's a million things you can do with your words, but what specifically? So let's go ahead and read what I wrote. And as I get through this, like, we can just go ahead and talk about it, right? It's just as simple as like reacting to some content. Even though I don't make a lot of reaction videos and stuff like that, because I got a lot of stuff I would like to teach, right? Like, I don't always want to react to content and stuff because it's like I got too much content in me already. I just don't got enough time to do it all the time. So be very careful about giving anybody your word. Ooh. So when you give somebody your word, be careful about doing it at all, about anything, because sometimes you can become bound by it in ways you never would have imagined. Like, you ever realize how you'll be somewhere smoothing on by one day, heading down the road, like you just tracking. Man, you on fire for God. Man, you got some progress going. And it's like you working on something, you wired in, and you starting to see the fruit of your labor. And then by the very next day, you somewhere in the sunken place. And I don't mean sad, but just derailed. How? All because you said yes. Have you ever been in a situation where one yes has set your whole month off course? When you thought it wasn't that big a deal, it turned out to be the worst deal imaginable. I've been in predicaments like to where like I accepted jobs and stuff like that got presented to me as a small matter, right? Everything was straightforward. Everybody lined out exactly what they wanted. I gave them a price for it. And by the time I really started digging in and became too invested in the job, already said no to other stuff I could have did because I done already agreed to this, and I'm already a couple days in. Like, you realize they actually need more than what they even mentioned at first, or they need more than what anybody would have thought at first. Or every time you get to one place, it's always something else being added on in the way, and you thought this was going to be a week and it turned out to be a month. Like, oh man, you forgot this. Like, but wait a minute, but you didn't mention that. Like, even if you would still get paid for it, right? It's not always about getting paid for it, because you still got other stuff you got to get around to. Like, I would rather not get paid extra on one job because of stuff that keep getting added on. Like, I would rather not do that if that's going to require me to miss other opportunities that I should have already gotten around to. Right? I do not like stuff that always turn out to be more than what it really is, even if I get paid more than like what I was originally going to get. All because what? People still got a schedule, right? People still got stuff planned for their life. People still got kids they made promises to. Yeah, I'm going to be at the game, right? Like, people still got stuff they want to do other than just get paid for some work. And sometimes, bro, is real hard to unlearn the habit of life being all about work. It's not. It's really not. Especially when you got to especially when you a part of like ministry or something like that, like stuff like what I do. This is more important than work. Why? Because other people's souls can be on the line. Like God can give me a message that's meant for somebody, and that can be the determining factor of whether they get like delivered from a stronghold or not, right? Like I really think that what you do for Christ is going to last, not what you do for your pockets. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we at a point right now in life where we really need to do what he said, redeem the time, because the day is evil. Work while it's day, because the night comes when no man can work. And he not talking about, right? Like he not talking about going and clocking in. No, he talking about the harvest field, because the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few, because all the laborers are laboring in stuff that don't got nothing to do with this. Everybody can't lose their life so that way they can find it in eternity. Everybody is just too worried about not getting a late fee. Like, what's a late fee? $15? Like, bro. Like, man, you better get that late fee, bro. Heck, people's souls on the line. Like, forget it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. What they gonna do? Come and chop my head off because I was late? No. Like, bro, like they get their money. Heck, rich people do it all day long. They always late on their bills. Always. Rich people never pay their bills on time. They pay their bills last. Dead last. And it take poor people like us, like actually we are considered as poor people, like to be honest. It take poor people like us a long time to realize rich people do not pay their bills. How else do you think they got rich? Paying their bills? No. Most of the time, rich people don't even got money. It's the companies they in charge of that got money. Hey, them as a person in a personal bank account, they might be negative $100,000. And the company they in charge of is worth $2 billion. And you think, well, he must pay his bills on time. He got $2 billion. No, he got negative $100,000 and he don't ever pay his bills until he already done investing his money. Then he turn around and do all that. That's why they can make the investments they make. And that's why they can build the vision for their life that they want to build, because they don't slave themselves with bills. If it's late, it's late, right? I don't even know how I got on that topic, but I just thought somebody need to know that. Like, I really did. Like, it's a reason I said that. Maybe somebody need to know, but let's get back on topic here. All right. In fact, make no promises that don't have to be one at all. Don't make promises. None. Stay far away from promising anybody anything. Anybody that's trying to lure you into a promise, be real. Like, keep your eye on them. All right. I'm not saying they're a bad person, but just do that anyway. Like, it'll be good for you to do that. And just pay attention to how often stuff like that happen. Right. And one of the promises we need to really quit making is promises of marriage. Right. Like, no. Don't promise nobody a marriage until you propose to them. Like just don't do it. Don't do it. Because sometimes the enemy really do be getting a hold of these females. They really do. And y'all be sitting there all in love one day. And it's just so easy for you to let anything come out of your mouth because you're in a vulnerable position as a man. Right? And then all it takes is for her to come out of her mouth. You promise? Yeah, baby, I promise. Okay. I'm going to make sure you remember that too when I start going nuts. I'm going to make sure you remember that too when I start cussing you out one day. I'm going to make sure you remember that too. Like, bro, really think about stuff like that. Like they could be a godly woman, all they want to be. That don't mean they're exempt from the enemy getting a hold of them, right? All you got to do is think about this. Peter, right? Okay, look, Christ, who do you say that I am? Peter, thou art the Christ. Christ, only the Father in heaven could have revealed that to you. Very next chapter. No, Lord, I would never let anything happen to you. Christ, Satan, get thee behind me, because you know if not the things of God. It's like 1 minute he's speaking the words of God. The very next minute he used by the devil. Peter, right there. From sentence to dang on sentence. Don't think that because anybody know the Most High, that mean the enemy can't get a hold of their head. It happens all day long. And it'll literally do you some justice to know that about yourself. Just know, just because I'm saved don't mean anything. Like, it don't mean the enemy can't hack me one day. It just don't. Although I am a candidate for transformation, although I am a candidate for divine protection, although I am a candidate for having discernment, it does not make me exempt from being wounded. It does not make me exempt from the warfare that is. So, make no promises unless you really got to, right? If you don't gotta do it, don't. Just don't do it. Don't. And as I get further into this, I'm going to really start talking about why. Like, either I wrote it down. If I didn't write it down, I'm going to still mention it anyway, because it's a reason I'm saying this. And it's for your own good. All right. One yes can be the worst thing you can say in 10 years. Honestly, just yes. One yes can be the worst thing you can say in 10 years. Hey, you want to go out to the bar? Nah, I'm cool, man. I don't really want to be a part of all that crowd, man. I'm saved, man. I got church in the morning. Come on, man. We just gonna have one drink. It's the Super Bowl night. I mean, you don't even gotta drink. I mean, we just gonna go out for some wings. I'ma have me one glass of wine. So and so might have them a bottle. But you know, and you like, all right, I guess I go. Yeah, man, just loosen up, live a little. Even Christ hung out with the sinners, right? But it was something in you that already wanted to say no, and it was for a reason. It wasn't because you just being at the bar was bad, right? Like, you just being there, hey, you just there, right? Even if you did have a drink, right? You are allowed to consume alcohol. Like that, that's a part of our liberty in Christ, is that he don't take away your ability to be able to consume alcohol without it being charged as sin. But there is a way to do things that is. And that's most of the time, right? 99% of all alcohol consumption is sinful. I'm gonna just be always honest with you. Very rarely do anybody say, I'm going to just have me one glass of wine so I can relax and go to bed, right? That's a rare person. Most people want to go beyond having a drink or two, right? Because it ain't like, it's all about your limit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, most people's one drink is like my three. And even then, I would do anything to not consume alcohol. I'm like, I don't want to drink. I'm cool. Like I just got offered a drink. Just did. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do all that, man. I can only imagine the kind of things that won't get done just because I feel different. And I don't want to not get something done all because I said yes to a drink and now I just want to lay down and watch YouTube. I don't like, no, I don't want to wake up the next day with even more things I need to do. All because I decided to slightly feel different and just didn't feel like doing it. Like, even this video I'm making right now, like, do you know that even if I had a glass of wine, I would not be making this video right now? No, I would not. No, I wouldn't. I'd be somewhere watching YouTube on my way to bed. And I don't have time for that. I just don't. Even if one glass is not bad, I just don't got time for it. I don't feel like feeling that way. No, no, I need to wire in, not loosen up. Like, that's what I'm really addicted to, is just getting wired in. Like, for real. But you say yes. You say it. Like, you already said no like 3 times. And they, come on, it's the Super Bowl. Come on, it's the this. Come on, it's the that. Come on, you been in this house and yada, yada, yada. You just been in this house with these kids. Right? You say yes. Shootout. You got popped in the leg. The only one that didn't want to be there is the only one that got popped in the leg. And then you couldn't work. You got fired from your job. Fired from your job. All because you done ran through all your vacation and sick time and all this other stuff. All because you said yes. Like, really sit back and think about stuff like this. If you already want to say no, say no. It's a reason it was put in your heart to say no. I don't care how good of a deed you think you doing. Well, I just don't want to go by myself. I mean, I'm going to be the only girl there and I don't want to be. Well, then don't go. But come on. I mean, come on, I'm your cousin. And I don't trust my boyfriend's friends. And you a guy. Just go with me. I don't want to go. And if you that scared, you don't go. See, like, I don't know why people never think about it like that, but they always want to drag you there. Why? All these people that want to be there, why call me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the enemy, it's the enemy. Like, y'all got to really swallow stuff like this. It happens all day long to the best of us. For real. It really do. All right, so my phone keep restarting. Let's go back to the next one. Not restarting, but closing out the app. All right, one yes could be the worst thing. All right, when you become a child of God, you should learn to handle your own word as seriously as God handles his own word. Because the enemy is always looking to get you to agree to something. That's what the devil do all day long. That's the only way he have power, is through you making an agreement. All you gotta do is agree, a head nod, a yeah, okay. That's the only way the devil got power, is through your agreement. Y'all need to know. That's why. That's the wait, man. Look. That's the reason why I kept telling y'all. Man, come on. I need to change my power options on my computer. That's the reason I kept telling y'all to stop voting. Stop. Just this past election, I'm telling y'all, don't vote. Don't. If you really a child of the kingdom, quit voting. Why? Why am I saying that? Because we getting ready to run across a time that people are going to be bound by what they agreed to. All day long, people are bound. They ask for this. They asked for that president. No, they might not have asked for everything he was doing, but you still did. You was told, stop voting like your vote matter anyway. And y'all the very ones that would then preach the gospel of your vote don't matter anyway. And you still doing it. Still. We get ready to reach a time where God is going to allow everybody to pay for what they asked for. Even if they didn't think all of that was involved. Stop getting involved in the world's nonsense. That's their stuff, not ours. If my kingdom was of this world, my servants would fight for it. So either you ain't a servant or like, I don't know. Like, I don't care how much people preach the gospel. Fighting for kingdoms of this world is evidence of the fact that you ain't quite a servant yet. I don't care how big your platform is. I don't care how many members your church got. If you talk more about who to vote for, you are a servant of this world, not a servant of the kingdom. Even if you got some kingdom stuff in there, it's some people that talk more about politics than they talk about the word. And in some way, that stuff do matter, but just knowing about that won't save nobody. It just won't. What's going to happen when everybody's works is weighed on the scale? Okay, most of your works is made up of stuff that's dissolved. Politics. I don't want that to be me. If I'm going to work at all, I want my work to be made of gold. Who turned their life around because of what they learned here? Who learned something that helped make their walk with God easier and they actually preserve their soul? Right? Who can honestly say they got a better revelation of something the Bible was talking about they didn't understand before, and it added to them? It added to their faith. It added to their knowledge of God. That's the stuff that'll never be dissolved. That's why y'all don't hear me talk about current events all the time. Even when I'm talking about current events, guess what? It's got to in some way line up with the Bible. In some time, I'm just talking about current events, because some regular everyday things people do need to know, even if the Bible ain't got nothing to say about it, like poison in the food, right? Like, I think y'all need to know about stuff like that. I really do. But most of all, how is this adding to anybody's knowledge of the coming king that nobody can avoid? Right? Like, if you don't know nothing about the maker you will face at some point in time, and all dependent on stuff like this is going to determine whether or not you spend eternity with him or not, I think this is what our effort need to be into. Honestly, I really do. And I'm gonna be always straight up with y'all. I'm not perfect. I'm not. I don't claim to be perfect. Although that won't stop people from saying he just think he's so godly. No, I don't. No, I don't. If I did, I wouldn't need him, right? If I did, I wouldn't have a reason to pray. If I did, I wouldn't have a reason to keep pressing on. I would just think I got it. I don't. Like, only thing that make me different from anybody else is that my calling in life might be different from somebody else's, but it don't make me better, right? I'm still liable of making mistakes just like everybody else can. And I say that for a reason. Because I don't want you to believe that just because you made some wrong decisions from the wrong yes, that is over for you. Like, it ain't over for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you give the wrong yes and you found yourself bound by a yes, Just as much as your words can bind you, your words can free you too. It's called the law of opposites. If there's a such thing as an up, there's a such thing as a down. If there's a such thing as being bound by your words, there's a such thing as being loosed by them. Right? Heck, like they always say, the way you got there is the way you're going to get out. You came through the front door, then go back through the front door. Especially if there's only a front door. Let's just say it's a back door. Well, you came through a door, you can go through another door, right? It's just simple as that. Don't let the devil make you think that you some kind of clown, square, a sucker, somebody that ain't never dedicated or nothing like that, all because you got to change your word. Now, I change my word all the time. Yeah, I might have said this, but I want to let you know I didn't think it was going to turn out this way. So now I'm saying this. Frown all you want to. You posed to do that because you want me bound. Right? I don't care who lose their mind and flip out. Just as much as I bound myself with my word, I can loose myself with it. Point blank and period. You need to know that. Don't just stay bound all because you said it. No, forget that. I don't care who got a problem with me after that. I will not stay bound. I hate it. I don't even like staying in the house. Like for real. All right. The enemy is always looking to get you to agree to something. The words of a saved person is a highly volatile thing. It really is, though. Like all the unbelievers can walk around saying whatever they want. You can't. Your words are volatile. Like for real. Almost like a nuclear reactor or something. That can't just be handled by anybody doing anything. Somebody just poking around at it. Turning it up and turning it down and turning it off and turning it on. No, man. You're going to mess around and start chain reactions and more of them forever and ever and ever and ever, all because of what you said. And you the one carry the spirit of the Most High. You think your words ain't going to do nothing? You kidding yourself. As soon as you find yourself complaining, stop. I take that back. Like, look, just as much as you can cause negative things to cycle through, you can cause good ones. And what I'm not saying is that you could just speak stuff into existence like you some magical, mystical guru. No, like this ain't got nothing to do about no law of attraction, no none of that. I'm going to talk about what I'm really saying in just a minute. Because of the type of spirit you develop through being a child of the Most High and the new nature in you, you become a magnet to your word, and life will too. That's why you can't be in toxic situations, because there is a matter of time before your own words bind you. Like, have you ever realized people just want you arguing all the time, texting back and forth, arguing, because the enemy is waiting on you to say something to get you to bind yourself, even if that got to do with unforgiveness. And you not being able to get forgiveness, or you falling up under judge not lest you be judged, because what measure you use will be measured back to you. As long as I'm not doing that, I can talk about it, but it'd be a matter of time before something come out of your mouth that you get held to. Like, have you ever realized that toxic people never remember what they say? They never think about their own words. The only thing they worry about is what you just said. After all the weeks worth of arguing, nonstop name calling, belittling, and then you finally get up and put them in a place, and now that's the only thing that ever happened is what you said. That's the enemy, bro. You can't be around people like that. And sometimes we can make vows to people like that. Sometimes we can fill out job applications up under people like that. All because, yes. Like, do y'all not see how this work? Y'all gotta be real careful. These is things that took me a lot of headache. Please listen. Please do. This took a lot of headache just learning this and just sitting here talking about this. I'm too excited. Don't just let this go in one ear and out the other. I sincerely love my ability to know this and to be able to sit here and pass this on to somebody else. Don't just ignore it, man. Please don't. Don't think it ain't that deep, or you're going to find yourself learning the hard way like I did. And you might not have the faith like to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Like you might not have the knowledge to know that, God can get me through this. I made a mistake. Some people just stay bound by their word for all their life. All because they don't think that there's any more hope for them. All it was a matter of just knowing something. There is hope for you. It really is. But heck, I mean, you might have to go through a little bit, but it's hope for you, right? I mean, you might have to take that walk of shame and everybody got to find out and all this other stuff. But hey, look, so what, man? Like, who cares? Everybody, oh, what happened? Oh, what happened? What happened? So what? I bet you one thing, I ain't bound. So I don't care what nobody say. Heck, I bet you one thing, I'm free. I don't care what y'all gotta say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of attitude you need to have. Forget what they think. Right? Oh, man. Let's see. Where am I at? That's why, okay. Your words can actually do good. Not specifically because you spoke it into existence. Okay, so that was that was next. Not because you spoke it into existence, like you some master creator or something like that, right? Not because you spoke it into existence by itself, but you become a magnet to actually carry out what you said. Just because you said it, now you become this magnet for wanting to carry it out because of that new nature in you. You don't want to seem like that child of God that never do what they say. It's just in you to want to do what you say, all because you represent God. You become a magnet to carry out what you spoke, not just because you said it, right? Even though you can do that, right? But some people take that too far. I will have $1 million, right? Like, no. See, no, that's all that false prophet stuff. I'm not on all that, right? Even like you become a magnet to carry out what you said, even when it's not a good thing. Not to mention, it takes us some time to realize that we are no longer in charge of how our lives go. That's why you got to be careful what you agree to, because you ain't even in charge of how your life goes. So how you know you can even do it? How do you know you can even go through it? How do you know you can go through with it? You don't know because you don't belong to you, right? And we gave that up at the cross. So it's not always up to you anyway on how everything goes. You can agree to one thing today, and by tomorrow, your whole life is different in ways that changes the reasons why you agreed to something or your ability to do it. Right? And heck, that breakthrough you've been waiting on is finally here. I don't got to work here no more. Right? Heck, I'm finally not a broke bum no more. I don't need a woman like you. Like, hey, look. Like, let me not go there. But y'all know what I'm saying, right? Like, like, let me not go there. But like, I don't really think it got nothing to do with money. Like, you know what I'm saying? But still, like, y'all know how people think, though, right? Like, y'all know how it is. But hey, look, I put it like this. But the one who supported me when I was building without complaint and actually lended a helping hand when I was building is the one that can actually handle having what I'm trying to build. Okay? If people don't support you right now while you are considered as a nobody in their eyes because of how many dollars you have or don't have, those are going to be the people that's bad for business when you actually do have more, right? Like, even though they might look down on you and they might see themselves like to be on a higher standard than you because they got more than you, those are going to be the people that make a complete mess out of your blessings when God do come through. I really do need you to know that. And that person that had your back when you was working on this and working on that and working on this, working on that, supported you, encouraged you, ain't never put you down, call you a nobody, all that other stuff. Like that's going to be the one that can actually handle having the keys to the kingdom without making a mess out of it. That's the way it works. Honestly, I kind of feel bad sometimes for guys that actually find a woman after they got everything, but because they might not know that the only reason that woman is there is because of what they have, right? Because I guarantee you, if for better or worse actually do happen, like they'd be somewhere planning a future without you. If for sickness and in health actually do happen, like they'd be somewhere being like, yeah, I know I made vows, but I made vows to somebody that was healthy, not somebody that was sick. If for richer or for poorer actually do happen, it's like, well, yeah, I did say that because I thought it sounded cute, but I said that under the impression that you would always be rich. Like, I made vows based on what you can do for me now, not based on what could happen in the future along with that. See, like you might not ever know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might not ever know what you have unless like somebody was there from the start. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I like see, like I'm nobody to tell somebody how to find a good wife or nothing like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the person for that. But all I'm saying is I do know this. Like, everybody that don't support you when you working are going to be the people that make a mess out of everything God bless you with if they still that close to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's going to happen. And sometimes God will literally withhold blessings until like you change your inner circle. Because he don't want to give you your inheritance for somebody else's mess to gobble it up and then you left with nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But so always keep that in mind. All right. Like, please, like if it's something you know God promised you, I can almost guarantee you one of the things that's taken so long is that it's people you need to get out of your life or get out of certain positions in your life. Like, dead serious. Or it's things you doing right now that's causing you to not really be able to like develop the character to be a good steward over it. Even if it's just the job you working, like the job you working can have more of your time than something else he want to bless you with. And he like, bro, look, until you just go work part-time somewhere and do something else and put more time into this, then I'm not going to do it yet, because this character you need to develop. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I keep getting off topic, but these things people need to know. Like, all right. You can agree to one thing today, and by tomorrow, your whole life is different in ways that change the reasons why you agreed to something or your ability to do it. I know this sounds crazy and mystical, but I've been there too much. I've seen this happen to myself too many times. I have. I'm slow to make deals, and I limit personal small talk. I really do. Personal small talk get put at a minimum. I don't want to just be talking. I don't. Unless it's about something. If what we talking about is about nothing, I can guarantee you it's going to be a matter of time before something come out of somebody's mouth that just lead the whole vibe down the drain. I cannot stand it when people just want me to talk. I cannot do it. I've seen that go wrong too much, even if what go wrong don't even come from me. I seen it happen. It's going to be a matter of time before I say something good and you hear it the wrong way. And now we arguing all because we was sitting here talking for nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I seen that happen too much. Like, here it is. I'm trying to talk to you about the Bible, and somehow you got offended thinking I'm talking about you. Like, stuff like that happen, bro. It do. Personal small talk get kept at a bare minimum. Like texting, emails, phone call. I don't want to be on the phone all day just talking. No, I cannot do that. I seen that go wrong too much. My taste for it is not there. Even if I am on the phone, talking is not going to be one of the things I'm doing. Unless it's about something constructive, or like I got a reason to do it. But where there is many words, sin is not lacking. That's what the Bible say. Be slow to speak. That's what the Bible say. I'm sure it's for a reason. I've seen them too many times. So, like, y'all consider that, like, for real, like, really sit back and think about that. Because we at the end of days, you can't be held up over small stuff. Like, honestly, all because somebody heard what you said differently than how you meant it. And now y'all arguing, and you didn't got mad enough to cuss them out. And now that's a sin on your record in the last days. Nah, man. Nah. I'm good. Or they say something that just kind of puts you in this unforgiven place. And that's a sin on your record in the last days. And here it is. You can't even be forgiven in your own sins unless you forgive somebody else, but they won't stop pushing your buttons either. All because of something somebody said that somebody heard differently than what they said. Stuff like this happen from excessive talking. Just talking. Like, for what? Pray. Dang. Like, I never understood people that always want to talk to people. Like, bro, all that talking can be prayer. It really can be. But no, they want to throw their burdens all off on somebody else 100% of the time. And then you wonder why they still unconverted. Right? And then you wonder why they still technically an unbeliever after they sat in church 10 years. All because all that talking could have been prayer, and because they never got close enough to God to really be saved is the reason they keep talking. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, Like you would do real good if you would just shut the dang on phone off. Like if you can't be on the phone without nagging somebody else half to death, yapping about your own business to somebody else, telling somebody else business, gossiping, wanting to know the tea and all this other stuff. If only you would shut that off, you might actually know God. Like you might realize you need to be saved, and you might actually do it. But no, I want to throw my burdens off on everybody. Bro, and ain't nobody in this world equipped to handle all your burdens. Nobody. If you got a problem, go to God. Honestly, because can't nobody else fix it. All right. And the more other people hear about every problem you got, the less people gonna want to even be around you, because they gonna be like, bruh, whatever you got, I don't want. Because it seems like every time I talk to you, all you gotta talk to me about is something wrong. I don't want that spirit. No, keep that away from me. Like it'll do you some justice to go give all that to God, and maybe you wouldn't have all them problems all the time, all them complaints and concerns and all that. Like if you would just shift that energy toward the Most High instead of toward this man or that woman or your cousin or your mama, just, bruh, you might actually grow spiritually for real. But no, all people want to do is run their mouth at everybody else all the time about everything except just praying. Sometimes I feel like the more people talk about nothing all the time, it's evidence of the fact that, man, like, do you got a God? Like, honestly, like, is there not a God that live in you that would love to hear from you as much as you want everybody else to hear from you? Like, sometimes I think about stuff like that. Like, man, like, when the last time you really prayed as much as you yapped? Like, man, I think about that stuff sometimes. I really do, y'all. Like, I might not say it, but I still think about it. I just be like, yeah, yeah. Oh man, that crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I really do be like that though. Dang. Oh man, wow. Like, and I be trying not to give responses that would like keep the conversation going. I be trying to get responses that like people can't respond back to, like in order to be left alone. I just be like, man, come on. Like, bruh, I don't want to hear this right now. Like, I got stuff going on, like, dang, I'm like the busiest person in the world. And I'm the only one everybody want to talk to all the time. I just be like, man, come on. There's so many people that ain't doing nothing right now. Like, and everybody want to call me. Why? Bro, look, I had somebody call me 157 times in 1 week. I'm like, why? 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 What could I possibly need to hear that bad? Like, come on, dude. Like, man, I really can't understand it sometimes, but at the same time, I do understand. Everybody do need somebody to talk to. Like, you can't just sit in your own head all the time. Honestly, sometimes the answer to your prayer come from talking to somebody. It really do. I'm not going to take that away, because I've seen that too. Every time I kept most of my problems between me and God, I never had them solved. As soon as somebody knew, something got done. Honestly, that is a thing too. So even regardless of what I said, two opposite things can be true at the same time. It's just all about how you do it. Really, it is. The sky is blue. Okay, well, where I live, the sky is dark purple with stars in it. So like either the sky is blue with white clouds or it's dark purple with white specks. Two opposite things can be true at the same time. It really can, right? The grass is green. No, it's not. It's yellow. Okay. It really depends on the time of year, right? Two opposite things can be true. So let's continue. But because I didn't set my power options on my computer the right way, my screen keep going off and I don't like it. I just got that computer. I really like that dang on computer. Like, bro, like that was one of the best blessings I had in a long time. Like, no, it's not. I mean, yeah, yes, it is. But man, I feel like I'm moving into a new house. I feel like I'm moving into a whole new town, honestly, just trying to get that thing set up to work just like how my last one was. But man, I was so happy to get rid of that gaming laptop. I'm like, bro, I do not need a gaming computer. This thing just don't offer me enough for what I do. Like, look, like if you do content creation, stop spending your money on gaming computers. Just stop. It's so many other computers out there that you can get for way less money on the used market, that is, that could do far more for you than a gaming computer. Most of that money in them gaming computers go into all the flashing colors on it. I want $900 for this. What? Well, I just bought that one for $250 and it's got a Quadro RTX 5000. And you want $900 for a GTX 3060? Like, I don't think so. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I only put 2 hard drives in that. I put 4 in this one. Right? Like, bro, stop buying gaming computers for content creation. Like, find you a workstation computer. You can get far more performance, far more scalability, which is like you could do more upgrades. Like in them gaming computers, you get 32 gigabytes of RAM maximum, maybe even 64. And them workstations, bro, you can get 256 gigabytes of RAM in them joints, bro. You like, dang, they make these? Yeah, they make these. Where you been? I don't know. Somewhere thinking gaming computers was like the most highest performing computer. Nah, man. If you do creative work, run like hell from gamer computer, because most of your money is going to get spent on the simple fact that it's got gaming marketing. Because they know that that consumers would spend that money and professionals are very slow to spend money. But like, if you looked on the used market, maybe bought something a little older, you could still get 4 times more out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You really could. Better cooling, better processor. Some of them take 2 processors. You like 2 Xeons? That's crazy. Like, yeah. Like, for real. But I just thought I might throw that in there. Oh, man. All right. I'm slow to make deals and I limit personal small talk because it's always an accumulation. Listen to this. It's always an accumulation of small things that get in the way of big things. Just like the Bible say, it's the small foxes that spoil the vine, right? It's always a little tiny fox jumping in your garden and uprooting all your tomatoes. And you over there worried about a wolf? Oh man, a dang on fox did more damage than that wolf ever would have. Like, for real. It's always an accumulation of little things, an accumulation of small disagreements that then turn into a split household, an accumulation of small amounts of money coming out of your bank account that always turn into having no money. Like these little streaming services, 15 here, 10 here, 5 here, 3 here, $80 on that. And it's like a every month thing. And you realize that's a whole $200 coming out of my account every month. And I'm over here wishing I had $200 and I done forgot I signed up for most of this stuff. Forgot. That's why they doing all that streaming, because they know you gonna forget and they gonna get the money, right? One person in your life can completely throw off 1,000 transactions. One relationship going wrong can ruin a business. It really can. One disagreement with your neighbor, and now you gotta move. All because gunplay done came in the story. And this is where you do business at too. Like it's stuff like y'all gotta watch that, and most of that stuff happened because of something somebody said, for real, or something you agreed to. Most of the time, you ain't even know what you was agreeing to. That's why I said you can always change what you agree to. You got to know that. Don't ever just stay bound all because you first said yeah. Nah, forget that. No, I would take that walk of shame before I sit here in chains. I'm sorry, I would. I'm the person that would do it. Oh, I thought you was down with the team. Come to find out, I'm not. Like I'm like that, bro. I had to learn to be like that when I realized I got myself into a situation that I shouldn't have been in. Like honestly. And it always seemed like I'm the one getting in situations I shouldn't be in. I'm like, man, I shouldn't even be here. Why am I here? What am I doing here? Why? And they got strippers and dice and blunts and what? I just thought that I was coming up. I didn't know all this was going on. Like, I promise you, bro, it always seemed like that's happening to me. I just be like, why? Why? And it took me an hour to get here too. And I need the money. Man, I might well just, like, then next thing you know, man, somebody recording some footage, see you in the background. And now you all over Facebook as a hypocrite who was at a strip club shooting videos. And you really thought that you was just coming out to help out a friend. You ain't know you was gonna end up there, but you all the way out here already. And you ain't know this was part of the job. And you need the money. Like, just like, look, it was an accident, y'all. Nah, that wasn't no accident. Nah, you was out there making it rain and you don't even take care of your kids. Like, bro, you like, but that's why I was there. I was there to take care of my kids. Like, it's always something like that, bro. I promise you, it is. It always something going on like that. That's why you really got to think about what it is you say yes to, because the enemy is always looking for something to derail you. He is. Soon as you tracking, burning hot. Yeah, I'm on fire for God. All this other stuff. My prayer life on point. I've been reading the Bible like 2 times a day. Man, I just feel the presence of the Most High. And then here comes something. And it throw you off. All the way off. Now you somewhere repenting. All because you said yes. You ain't want your cousin going to the bar by yourself. You ended up drunk. You like, I don't even like drinking. How did I end up drunk? Because you said yes. Now, you would have been fine if you would have just let your cousin put up with her own problems. You like, man, forget y'all. Hey, you the one did it. I didn't know that stuff was that strong. You didn't? Well, we told you it had this and that and this and that and this and that. You like, but it didn't even taste like nothing. Hey, pour your own troubles. Now you see where that come from. Like, for real. Like, I don't even like alcohol. Now, how am I the one drunk and hungover? I would have been perfectly fine at home. I should have just let you come out here by yourself. because I didn't even want to be here. I just felt bad for you. Like, stuff happened, y'all. Soon as you on fire, bro, glowing in the dark, something come off and knock you off the dang on horse. You like, why? How come I can't seem to get past this point? Why? Soon as you on fire for God, here come this guy or this girl. And now you don't even pray like that because they taking up half your day. Like just talking. Or just going out to eat and watching movies and chillaxing. And you like, but I used to read my Bible every day. Now it's like once a week because most of my time go to chillaxing. See, look, I know one thing. God is love, and God sure as heck wouldn't be calling me feeling like I'm being separated from him love. So you got to go. Sorry. Because every time I get ready to read my Bible, now here you come distracting me or wanting me to do this or want me to do that or wanting to go here, wanting to go there and everywhere. And man, I feel like I don't even know God no more. Stuff like that happen all over one yes. It just is like that. It is that deep. But what I'm not saying, though, is that even relationships that are God ordained can't split your interest, because that's a biblical principle. Like a man that's in a relationship with a woman that's God ordained, it will cause him to have split interest. That's just how it is. Right? It just worked that way. That's the way it is. Even the Bible say that. All right. It don't mean it's bad, but like it's just the cost you got to pay. Like you either want to be with somebody or you want to serve God wholeheartedly with everything you got, but it sure can't be both of them. And even if you did serve God, guess what? A lot of your time goes to whining and dining somebody and massaging feet. Like, man, I was on mission trips and man, I was healing the sick. I was casting out devils. I was doing all this. And now I'm always at the family gathering, at the barbecue, at the cookout. And it's just, man. Oh, man. It just is. Like, always watching a movie. And it's like, bruh. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? I want to go back to casting out devils. I don't want to do this. Like, man. And then, like, here come the Most High. No. Go comfort that woman. You like, but I want to talk to you, though. Go talk to her. Like, she needs you more than I do. Go talk to her. But God, like, you just gonna push me off on her? Like, no, it's my will. Go do it. Like, oh man, it just be that way sometime, though, man. It really is like that. All right. Saying yes one time this week, and this happened to me too. It really did. Saying yes one time this week. Wait, I lost my spot. Can have your whole week rescheduled to next month. It really can. Just once. You think this about to just be half a day? It turned out to be a whole 2 weeks tied up. Even after you got done, you still tied up. All over that one yes. It's a lot of things out here that's looking to hold up your progress. Be slow to text back. Make the words "not today" a habit. Some of us come from backgrounds and lifestyles where anything goes, right? Because a whole lot of us come from these like in the streets backgrounds, or like a lot of us come from backgrounds where we're not really all that business oriented, right? Like we just hanging out, just being cool. right? Some of us do, and we got to get in the habit of being more business oriented instead of just wanting to just sit around and just no. Some of us do come from them backgrounds though, and you will have a lot of trouble and mistakes to get through in order to unlearn that and be more calculating, be more business oriented, be more intentional about what you do when you wake up in the morning. Some people are not intentional. Some people wake up with nothing to do every day, don't know what they're going to do, don't know how they're going to do it. They just wake up and just be here. Look, as a child of God, you can't live like that. You just can't do it. You got saved for a reason. You didn't get saved just to be safe and sound inside of your own house forever doing nothing. Somewhere, somehow, you got an assignment and you need to seek the Lord for what that is. But some of us come from backgrounds where we didn't get used to stuff. Like sometimes we didn't have reasons for why we needed to learn stuff like that. Right? I get it. I really do. Like it was very few people in my walk of life that actually got into doing constructive things, honestly. And I didn't really have a lot of people to learn from or people to want to be like or just anything. Everything around me was about stuff I didn't want to do. I don't want to be a gangbanger. I don't want to be. Everything I seen every day was only something I didn't want to be like. I never been around things that inspired me to want to come up higher. And I had to spend my whole life just learning the hard way. Like, honestly, people say, man, you know how to do a whole lot. How come you don't do more with it? I don't know what to do half the time. Like, I wish I grew up in a life where people ran companies and people was more focused on something and stuff like that. Like maybe I probably would have got something going a long time ago, but I had to pick all this up the hard way. I mean, like, luckily, like my mom was a little different and she had stuff like that going and stuff like that. But still, it wasn't enough exposure to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though some exposure is far better than none, but people like me that come from backgrounds and neighborhoods and walks of life like that, we got a lot of we got a lot of holes to dig ourselves out of, a whole lot of them, a whole lot. And we not going to magically become different. We got to work that out of us. Like we got to work bad stuff out of us and good stuff into us. We not just going to get saved and we just magically like this person. It's not like that. You got to get took through everything wrong with you in order for you to see it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say you can't just stay bound all because you did something wrong. If you do something wrong, bro, look, just go to God and mean business. Like I'm not saying look down on, man, I didn't did, man, dang. And that's a sin. And I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, all right, fine. You feel that way. But go to God, man. Tell him all about it. You know, like ain't no sense in taxing nobody. Go to prayer. Go to God. Tell him about it. I made a mistake. And I knew it was bad too, but I just didn't know how to say no. Like, if you want to judge me, I mean, I'm all for it. I just pray I at least have forgiveness and I get another opportunity to keep going. Like, you know, but I won't be doing that no more. Like, I didn't even want to do it at first. I don't know how I got there though. You know, and just say, all right, I'll forgive you. Now here's what you do. Do this. So that way you don't be in that position no more. Right? Like he always got to answer. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about just forgiveness and you go on. No, like he'll leave you with answers. You know, like, okay, here's what we gonna do. So that way you don't find yourself all the way down in that sunken place no more. Stay away from people like this, right? Like if you see this, like that's a clear sign that like you shouldn't be involved, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he will work with you, you know, like he really would. Like he not just here for you to sin all day and just pat you on the back. You know, he'll literally work with you. Like, okay, look, I know you did it and I know that stuff send people to hell. But here's what we gonna do so that way you don't have to go to hell, right? Like he'll always do that. I promise you he would. I mean, but you just gotta mean business. Like you really got to. And most of that stuff happened all because of something you said yes to. Honestly. All because of something you agreed to. And the devil is looking to get you to make agreements all day long. All day. Hey, don't you think this is a funny joke? No, I don't. It's a perverted joke. All you trying to do is get me to agree to perversion in the form of a joke. And I don't agree with perversion. I don't care if it's funny. I'ma just say no because it's perversion. No. Like, you know, y'all gotta really think about stuff. Really sit back and think about it. All right. Just being saved, right, don't mean you're about to be good and do good. Not right away, at least. No, it don't. But it does make you a candidate for transformation. And that might look like learning from all the worst parts of you. It is what it is. What do you think the wilderness is all about? And you can't do that without having reasons to see them. All right? And the hardest thing for anybody to manage is their own mouths. It's impossible. Didn't the Bible say that the tongue is like a little flame that sets a whole person's life on fire? Like it just is. The mouth make agreements all day long. By your words, you will be justified. And by your words, you will be condemned. That's the Bible right there. By your own words, you'll be justified, and by your own words, you'll be condemned. Y'all need to really sit back and think, what agreements am I making? Verbal. Because it is that big a deal. It is. Anybody saying that, oh, they just words and, oh, you just sensitive. No, man, God don't think that's a small matter. Why should I? I don't care if it's just words. Heck, the Bible got a lot to say about words. And you think I'm supposed to just be sitting here desensitized to some words. No, God ain't. Why should I be? Well, you supposed to be more like Christ. It'd be the same people to say that. It's the same people that think you supposed to just ignore words, all because to them it's just words. Well, being more like Christ mean this. I'm not going to just ignore words because God don't. All right. And I'm definitely not going to ignore mine either. For real, because mine is the ones that get me in trouble. Like, you know, heck, my words be the ones that come back and make my life hard, not yours. Heck, your words just making my head hurt. Heck, my words make my whole life hurt. Like, for real, they just do. Man, so with that being said, man, if y'all agree to everything I said being true, type yes in the comments. Now y'all like, now see, now here he go try to get me to make an agreement. He just told me about that. No, I wanted to see something though, like for real. But no, like even if you think I might have been reaching, right? Like even if you think I might have been reaching, about some of the stuff I said is for a reason. I said everything I said in this video for a good reason. Not because I just came up with it, but because I seen it more than once. I've learned a lot of stuff the hard way in ways that's costed me a whole lot. I think at some point I'm not just reaching. I'm a very observant person. I pay close attention to patterns, even my own. I think patterns give me a good indication of the future. All the patterns I've seen from the past and the ones I'm looking at right now give me a good indication of what tomorrow might just bring. At some point, that's true, right? If every 12 hours it's 12 o'clock, I can almost bet you from 12 hours from now, it'll be 12 o'clock again, right? Like, and when you see yourself always in a bad predicament over just saying yes too quick, learn from that pattern, learn from that cycle. It's not happening to you by mistake. It can oftentimes be an attack of the enemy because he's trying to get you to make agreements because he can't attack you head on and actually affect your life without your permission. Like, y'all got to watch who y'all vote for, because when they start pulling some mess, guess what? That's on you, because you the one asked for it, right? Like, y'all got to watch what y'all say yes to, like, if everything, for real. But other than that, y'all, I thank y'all for sticking through, listening to all of this. Even if I yapped about stuff off topic and all of that, like, you know, like sometimes I want to talk about other stuff. I really do. Like, I wish I had like 2 more YouTube channels where I talked about like creative things and then other type of things, because I be having some other stuff on my mind, not just Bible related stuff. I be wanting to talk about computers, photography, music, stuff like that. But if I started talking about that on this channel, it's going to throw people off. Like, I subscribed under the impression that I was going to learn about the Bible here. I didn't subscribe wanting to know about FL Studio and all that other stuff. Like, you know, so I think at some point I might start another channel, like dead serious. But heck, this right here is always going to be my pride and joy. So I thank y'all for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. Show some love in the comments, everybody. And peace.